Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a fear of flying. And I was working with a client, and this was, I think, their third session, and they'd already improved a lot. They'd gone on longer journeys, but they were about to go on a much longer journey for them, and I think it was about 9 hours to Miami. And because of that, they were a little bit daunted, and they felt a little bit on edge. And this session creates an anchor in the thing that they will always have when they travel, and that is their passport. And there were lots of qualities that they wanted. They wanted this sense of adventure and freedom and confidence and self-belief and relaxation. And all of those qualities get anchored to the passport, not just to the look of the passport, but to the feel of it, the texture of it, even the smell of it, even the writing inside the passport and the stamps of the different locations they've already been to are all triggers of these resourceful emotional states. And sometimes it's useful to have something. And this client could recall the time when they were a child that they had, I think it was a doll or a bunny, it was some kind of toy. And they could recall that that was a source of comfort for them. And sometimes children have blankets or other things. But that was evidence for this particular client that the very strategy we were working on there to have something connected to a feeling of confidence and reassurance worked, because it worked for them when they were a child. And that's what I do in a lot of cases with clients, is to find evidence within their experiences to back up a belief system that would then help them in their future. If it worked as a child to have this bunny, then it would help them as an adult. If we could link resourceful emotions to the passport, and quite often, once you do that, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It becomes a placebo effect in many cases, because the belief that the thing itself helps makes the thing help. And of course, there is things linked to it. You know, in behavioral psychology, they would call it conditioning. If you think of Pavlov and the dogs, the ringing of the bell is linked to the food arriving until the bell itself just is enough to get the dogs excited about food. So therefore, call it conditioning, or in NLP, you would call it anchoring. In day-to-day language, a lot of people call it triggers. They're all the same thing. It's when you link an emotional connection to something, and sometimes that can be a resourceful emotion. A lot of people have a song that when they listen to it puts them in a good mood, or it might be a fragrance, or it might be certain clothes. But for this, it was important to link it to the thing that would always be there when they're flying, and therefore the passport was the obvious choice. So this is a hypnosis session to help feel confident when flying, linked to anchoring resource states to a passport. And I think a lot of people that have anxiety around flying would benefit from this. Obviously, it was created for a specific individual. Some of the suggestions might not map across to you because it was created for someone else. So if you do like the idea of a bespoke session, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule that free consultation call. For now, find a quiet, confident place where you can be comfortable and not disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in And as you breathe in that slow, calm, relaxing breath. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense of release. Releasing any echoes of tension, stresses, or worries. Feel them just leave your body as you breathe out. Notice as you breathe in, you're breathing in a feeling of calmness. And as you exhale, tension leaves your body as you feel your eyelids getting more and more relaxed. The tiny muscles in your forehead start to just release any tension and become more smooth. And feel that relaxation in your jaw. Maybe you can recall the last time you had a long, relaxing yawn. And just remembering that yawn activates the very feelings inside to make you feel drowsy and relaxed. Scan your body for any clues of tension, maybe your neck, your shoulders, arms or legs, as you feel that tension melting away. I want you to imagine a large block of ice on Miami Beach. See the blue skies, see the sun, and see that block of ice melting away. And allow your mind to imagine any stress, worry, or tension that still remains in your body is like that block of ice, slowly but surely melting away, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. And as the ice melts away, I want you to think back to a time in your childhood. See yourself holding a small bunny. And I want you to see that child harnessing positive, empowering resources connected to that soft toy. Maybe you can see yourself as a child where things were uncertain, things were changing. But notice how the bunny was always there. As you breathe in and breathe out, observing that time, you start to realize that when you felt strong and confident and certain, that was charging up that bunny. And when you felt uncertain and uneasy, the bunny was able to give those emotions back. I want you to feel that back then, the bunny had become a power bank of emotional resources. You would charge it up and then take it when you needed it. And knowing what you now know, if that feels like it's true, let me know by nodding your head. So I want you to imagine what it would be like to go to a relaxing place just in your imagination. Breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to allow yourself to be walking through that peaceful place. And maybe it's a garden, a beach, or a calming room. And while you're in that peaceful, relaxing place, notice the sounds around you. Any sensations, the temperature. What it was about that place that makes you feel so calm and at ease. With each step you take in that place, you feel yourself going deeper and deeper into a state of profound relaxation. And as you do, I want you to focus on the sensation of safety and security that surrounds you, knowing that wherever you go, these feelings are with you. Breathing in safety and security and exhaling any worries, any insecurities. I want you to notice up ahead a small table just in your imagination. And on that table is not just a passport, it's your passport. I want you to move towards it, seeing it clearly in front of you now. And when you can see the passport, let me know by nodding your head. Imagine picking it up, feeling it there in your hands, and notice its unique color, that particular shade, perhaps of dark navy, the familiar shape, the weight, but also the details that make it yours. Notice things you've never noticed before, patterns, symbols. Tiny details like watermarks or colors that change depending on the angle. And as you feel the texture in your hands, I want you to know, not just believe, but know that this passport represents not only your ability to travel, but a power bank of resourceful emotions, a portal to resourcefulness. Now imagine in this moment that each aspect of your passport is beginning to connect deeply with powerful, positive emotions. As you look at the color of the passport, notice how a sense of calmness washes over you. That cool, serene feeling as if everything is in perfect balance. And as you feel the texture, let the sensation of adventure surge through you. This passport opens the doors to new places, exciting experiences, and thrilling moments that expand your world. And then look closely at the stamps inside. The places you've been to, reminding you not just of your accomplishments of the past, of the courage it took to travel, and the sense of pride that comes with each new adventure, but also as evidence that you can. The stamps are stamps of validation, verification that you have been fine, you are fine, and you will be fine. Each time you see a stamp, it's evidence that the anxiety of the past was unfounded. And if that's true, then any anxiety of the future is equally unfounded. And maybe you can see the name of a particular person that represents your emergency contact. And what if they symbolize calmness, security, and safety? A feeling that you're protected no matter where you go. See the shape of the letters of the name and feel that deep sense of safety and security fill your body, knowing that you are always connected, always supported. There is an emergency contact that you won't need because there won't be an emergency. And imagine tapping the passport on a surface, hearing the sound or maybe flicking through the pages. And as you hear the sound, allow feelings of freedom and happiness to rise within you. Each sound reminds you that you are free to explore, to expand, to enjoy all that life has to offer. Even imagine smelling the passport. That familiar yet unique scent reminds you of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunities, for the intelligence and innovation that led to the creation of the very plane that you're traveling on, for the engineers, for the pilot, for the people involved. Feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude connected to the smell of your passport. The gratitude to be able to travel. There are many people in the world without passports or without the resources to travel, so feel grateful that you have this privilege. The privilege to experience life in all its richness. And with each breath and with each smell of the passport, let the feelings of gratitude deepen. Allow it to fill your heart. And as you hold your passport now, all these powerful emotions, calmness, adventure, warmth, courage, pride, accomplishment, freedom, happiness, gratitude, safety, and security are now deeply anchored to this passport. The emotions and the resources are in the passport, and the passport is now a conduit of all of these wonderful feelings, so that whenever you see it, hold it, or even just think about it, you automatically feel these positive, empowering emotions. Anytime you're at the airport, or maybe waiting at the gate, just about to board, or even during takeoff, know that you are just seconds away from the passport that has access to all of these wonderful, empowering resources. And in the unlikely event that there is turbulence or severe weather, all you need to do is hold your passport. Feel it in your hands. Make a sound with it. See its color or smell. And as you do, all of those resourceful emotions are immediately activated. With every moment that you hold your passport, any anxiety will begin to fade away quickly, displaced by these empowering emotions. Calmness takes over where anxiety once was. Courage replaces fear, and the excitement of new experiences begins to grow. As any worry, no matter how small, fades into the background, you are in control. You've got this. You will be fine. Everything will be okay. And I wonder if you could imagine an upcoming flight. As you arrive at the airport, imagine holding the passport and feeling secure and safe. That as you're waiting by the gate, waiting to be called up, imagine holding or smelling or feeling that passport and feeling a sense of calm, serene confidence and excitement. When you start to board, you're already holding the passport, and it's charging you up with all of the most wonderful resources. When you board the plane, put the seatbelt on. Maybe you choose to have that passport nearby, just boosting you up with the most wonderful resources, knowing you'll be okay. As you take off, realize that you only need to hold the passport for just a few seconds, and that will charge you up with all of the resources necessary. It's not even that you need the passport, you just have it there if you wish. But when you take off, you feel safe, giving you an unshakable sense of calm and security. Perhaps you can imagine holding the passport as you land, feeling an incredible sense of pride and accomplishment. That whenever you have successes, feel that you're charging that passport up with those resources, knowing that they're there to retrieve if you ever do need them. And maybe there's one longer flight, and you can't help but think that when you confidently enjoy that flight, it gives you irrefutable evidence that you can do other longer flights. Anytime in the future, you can bring back these wonderful feelings simply by holding your passport and looking into it. You can think of it as a key to unlocking calmness, courage, freedom, and joy wherever you go. So imagine touching down, perhaps in Miami, and imagine perhaps going to a beach, and imagine seeing what was a large block of ice now a tiny ice cube, because all of the anxiety and tension of your past is now melted away to nothingness. And if your unconscious now accepts that you can, that you'll be fine, and the passport is simply an extra tool in your kit so that you never have to worry about worry ever again, let me know by nodding your head. And now it's time to return to the present, taking all of these wonderful things with you, feeling like you've already charged up your passport with these resourceful emotions, there for you to harness in the unlikely event that you need it. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken, returning to the here and now, feeling confident, with a sense of absolute certainty that future flights will be an absolute breeze. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.